Vocal Fusion were the only choir in the whole of Australia to represent Australia for the King's coronation. Amazing kids deserve amazing opportunities. Freedom of expression to create something is unbelievable. It's so important for mental health.
We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today, the Noongar Wadandi Mort. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging.
Scratch the surface and everyone has a story. Welcome, Kaya, to the Wisdom of Women.
Today's guest has an incredible story of preparing a youth choir to represent Australia for the King's coronation concert.
Welcome, Danielle Bond. Oh my God, how proud must you be? It's an incredible achievement.
Yeah.
I'm so incredibly proud of these beautiful kids, and what an amazing opportunity to be able to give them.
So this all starts a few years ago, though, because there's an incredible story and background to you putting together this choir in the first place. So what if we talk a little bit about your background, your history and love of singing, of choir? Where did it all come from?
I think I've always sung. I grew up in a very musical family. My grandma was a Covent Garden opera singer. And my mum is a singer and pianist and composer. And so we've just always been around music and always been singing and playing instruments, and
So you've got a pretty good voice, Dani. It's all right. We're not going to make you sing right now.
So
force you into that.
Are you classically trained?
I did train as an opera singer in the UK before I came out here. Yeah.
I love opera so much.
Oh my God, Dani.
Yeah.
See, I kind of had an inkling, but I never had it confirmed until right now. That's
so,
exciting.
Professionally, did you sing on stage? Were you involved?
I did a few bits and pieces, but obviously I came out here quite early on after I've done all my training, and then that's a different story, having come to Australia. But I did 3 operas with the English Touring Opera, and in their summer season, and I've done lots of singing all over the place really. I was the youngest person to audition for the Paris National Opera, and they actually told me I was too young and come back in 3 or 4 years' time, and they would take me. But then obviously I came out here, and the rest is history. So
that's one of those sliding door moments.
Yes, but I don't have no regrets, because my life's been amazing over here.
So can I just clarify, you're fluent in French?
I'm pretty fluent. Yeah.
Yeah, so you would have been able to slip in there, no problem.
My dad is actually French.
Yeah.
My dad's French, mum's English, and they live in France. So.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, what an exotic background.
I know.
It sounds for us Aussie
I
girls.
know. Isn't it great?
I love it. So you came to Australia.
Came to Australia on a working holiday in 2003, September, and I came to visit my auntie, my great aunt who lives in Bunbury, and joined the choir that she was in, and did our first concert in November. And my husband Chris, was in the audience of that concert, and we met then, and
that's
the rest is history.
That's it.
Did you seduce him with your fabulous voice?
I don't know. He made me laugh, and we just
There you go.
it was just meant to be, I think. So.
Yeah.
And then we got married in August, and I stayed. I've been here nearly 20 years now.
So let's talk about the work with the choir. Clearly you have a passion, and we were speaking about this earlier on.
Yeah.
You do it for the kids.
Oh, amazing kids deserve amazing opportunities, and it's just I'm so privileged and humbled to be able to give these kids opportunities that they just wouldn't be able to have, ordinarily.
Because we talk about the beauty of music.
Yeah.
And how vital it is in this day and age, the creative aspect, what it brings.
Creative self-expression is so important, in this modern day when, you've got kids with screens and, the demands of, school and society. To be able to have that, freedom of expression to create something is unbelievable. It's so important for mental health and just, everything.
Yeah. So how did the choir all come together? Was that an existing role, or did you step in and go, you know what, let's bring the kids together?
Vocal Fusion was an existing choir, and that's been going, I think, 11, 12 years now. And it always was my dream to start a children's choir here, and I just sort of said to them, I'd really like to start a children's choir, and they gave me a go ahead to do a trial, and that was 8 years ago, and it's taken off now, and we're actually now our own independent incorporated association now, separate from the adult choirs.
That's fabulous.
Um,
So, and
on our
what was
own.
it that happened early this year with the opera? Was that the Western Australian Opera?
The West Australian Opera.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the regional choral director for Coolbardie Wardong, which is the Aboriginal opera that's coming to Bunbury in August, beginning of August.
Yeah, now this is quite an amazing setup, isn't it? So this is the first time it's coming to regional areas.
Yep, it's done Esperance and Albany last year, I think, but it's the first time it's come to Bunbury, and it's the only performance this year that they're doing of it.
And who's written that?
It's been written by Gina Williams and Guy Gauss, and the whole opera is in Noongar. There's no English in it
is
whatsoever.
amazing.
So for all the kids in the choir,
Yes, they're learning the music, they're learning the melodies, and they're also learning a whole new language. A lot of them. So
yeah,
Have you had much interest?
it's been amazing. I had over 60 kids that applied and we had to audition them, and we've got 36 now kids that are part of the chorus. So
From this area?
from
or
this
from
area,
everywhere?
Margaret River, Baldivis, Pinjarra, they've come from all over the place.
Wow.
And so it's my job to get them show ready and teach them the 4-part harmonies for this. It's a 70-minute opera, and they're on the stage pretty much the whole time.
Wow.
They're the Bana, which is the animal chorus, so there'll be kangaroos and echidnas and swans and butterflies and all that sort of stuff. So
yeah.
they're going to be on the stage the whole
It's
time.
going to be pretty exciting. People will need to get in and get their tickets.
The tickets are selling up really, really fast.
To
so
get your tickets,
Get in,
yeah.
right? Yeah, get now and get tickets.
And so they're learning another language.
Yes.
Well, a
Yes,
whole language, and they're learning it in song.
absolutely.
That's the way to learn, isn't it?
Oh,
learn in song.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. It's much easier to learn it when you're singing. So
So these kids had to audition for this.
Yes.
But it brings me back to the question of, can everybody sing? Do we all have that ability?
I think
Because,
I think everybody can sing.
Yeah.
I definitely do.
These two can sing.
Yeah, Mum, beautiful singer.
Great
Yeah,
singer. She's
yeah.
got a gorgeous voice, and I'm the
Yes,
backup
he
singer.
does.
I'll just do the
All
movements.
right, so maybe if we're not
Yeah, the step to the
main
side,
singer, we all
side.
have the ability to be a backup.
Yes, I think, and in my choir, my youth choir, we have some kids that are amazing singers, and we have some just very enthusiastic singers. But they all come together and we create beautiful sounds. So.
Yeah, because let's talk about the benefits of people, of kids being involved in this. That creative side just brings such a special element.
It gives them a sense of community, a sense of belonging, a sense of, to be able to express themselves creatively, and it gets them away from screens and the other pressures of life, and it just, a chance to enjoy themselves, and it's so important for their, mental health and just being part of society, really.
And so inclusive as well. You've spoken about how kids from all walks of life, from all different backgrounds.
Yes, absolutely. The Vocal Fusion Youth Choir is a non-auditioned choir, so anybody can join, and we have kids from all different backgrounds, all different abilities, kids with different diagnoses and abilities, and we all just come together and they support each other, they help each other out, and it's just like one big family, really.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So you just have such a big and good community there.
Absolutely, and you ask the kids what they love about the choir, and they say it's the friends that they have and the fact that it feels like a family. Because that was one of the questions we were asked. Well, all this stuff was going on with the King's coronation business. The kids were asked, what do you love about the choir, and it was, the sense of belonging was one of the things that came out mostly.
I love the way you say this King's coronation business. How exciting is that? Tell us how this came about, the journey to because how was the choir involved?
The Vocal Fusion were the only choir in the whole of Australia to represent Australia for the King's coronation virtual choir for the concert that happened the day after the coronation at Windsor Castle.
It's just absurd. That's just international.
When I heard
isn't
it, I was so shocked.
Yeah,
I was like,
I know,
what?
I know. How did this come about?
The BBC actually put out a call for choirs from every country in the Commonwealth to be part of the virtual choir, and we applied and were selected to be representing Australia. But it's not the first time we've actually done that. The year before we were part of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations as the only choir in Western Australia and one of 12 of us in Australia that last year. So the kids have sung for royalty twice in 2 years.
Oh, it's a bit like ho hum. Yeah.
What did they sing for the king's coronation?
The King's coronation, they sang Steve Winwood's "Higher Love," which was fun, which was great. We didn't have very long to learn it because we had about a week and a half.
Yep.
From when we were sort of asked to learn it and submit the video of the choir singing.
And
it,
so, did you have a lot of face to faces to learn that, or the kids just really?
We had
take it on?
one rehearsal. The kids took it on as a challenge over the Easter long weekend, and I said, if you want to do this, you need to here's the soundtrack, here's the words, go away, learn it, come back next week, and then we'll record next week. And all the kids went away and came back the following week, and none of them had their words, and they'd all learnt this song without words. And I'm like, wow.
Doesn't that
Kids are amazing. They're sponges.
so displays the passion that they had, and you didn't have to crack the whip.
No,
Dani,
that's
which
right.
was good.
I don't like cracking the whip.
No, I bet you don't. A lot of support as well from family for kids to,
Oh, I couldn't do it without the amazing parents and grandparents and, supporters of the choir. Those kids had to be up at 4:00 in the morning and, 3:00 in the morning for some of the interviews that we were doing. So they wouldn't be there without these amazing parents. So they're just fantastic.
Oh, I love it.
So because we were talking about this, you've put Bunbury back on the map again.
We were the royal capital of Australia, according to Weekend Sunrise.
Yes.
They actually flew people over and did a live broadcast from Bunbury just because we were here.
Did they?
Yeah. So
That's
that was
amazing.
really good. And the kids were on every half an hour on the Weekend Sunrise before every weather and before all the crosses. The kids were there. So
The power of song.
absolutely.
Did you manage to watch the concert?
I have watched.
Did you watch it live? Because I know you're busy.
I didn't watch it live because it was like 3:00 in the morning when it was on live, but it was shown the following evening, so we watched it then.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yes, we were up the night before at like 2:00 in the morning. I wasn't going to do another 3:00 in the
Fair
morning.
enough. Fair enough.
So
Fair
what were some of the comments from the kids to be involved in an event like this?
Oh, they just I don't know that they really know the enormity of it. Some of them, because they're obviously very young. We take them from 7, some of the kids to 18, and but they all were really excited and happy and pleased to be singing for the King, and it was really great.
Absolutely.
I love that.
And what song did they sing for the Platinum Jubilee?
That was actually a song that was written for her. There was a competition, I think, and the winner of the song was a life lived with grace. Was the song that we sang for that one, which was written specifically for her.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, it was a beautiful, absolutely beautiful song, and that's on YouTube. If you can find us there.
Do you find that all the kids generally involved in the choir will go on in their lives and still very much engage with music? It's still such an important part of their lives.
I like to think so, and I think that every child that has left me and the choir has gone on to still be involved in music in some way, be it with school choirs or taking up an instrument and learning and being in bands and things. So it's just such a privilege for me to be able to lay those the cornerstones and the foundation, at such a young age to hopefully, give them that love of music that's going to see them through the rest of their lives.
Yeah, because we were talking about how the world needs more creatives in it, don't we?
It absolutely does. Those dreamers and the creatives, the musicians, the artists, so important.
And so the choir has also been involved in, would you believe, road safety.
I
I love
know.
this story. Tell us about this.
Well, we were actually approached by the Southwest Women's Health and Information Centre to if we were interested in writing and being part of an advert for the road safety, to writing a song and performing it and being part of it. So my senior group, which is my high schoolers, we got together and we wrote this song called "Hey Sleepy Driver," and then it was performed and used in the video in the advert. So which was on GWN, which is great. For the Road Safety Commission.
Talk about just crossing all areas.
I know. It's that's what I love about being able to give these kids these amazing and bizarre and all really fantastic opportunities that you just wouldn't imagine that they would get in a little regional town in
And what's
Western
the
Australia.
story behind Hey Sleepy Driver? What's that about?
It was don't drive tired
Yeah.
and make sure you take a break and that sort of stuff. So.
And you mentioned that before that the kids are zombies, sleep zombies.
Oh, they sang it as a zombie choir. So it was the lady was driving, and she starts to yawn, pulls over on the side of the road, rubs her eyes, and in the headlights this choir appears and is singing, "Hey sleepy driver, stay awake, stay alert, and stay alive," and then she sort of goes like that, and then they've gone.
Yeah.
So it was quite humorous
It's
and
very
fun.
good. Yeah, zombies is so now.
The funniest thing was we had the in it we have a triangle that goes ding, and we actually used a road triangle in it, so they actually hold it ding, and it's really quite
Fantastic.
funny. We had a great laugh doing that.
Really good.
But it sends a good message as well,
It
and it
does.
was another opportunity for these kids to be creative and do songwriting, and hopefully we've got another opportunity this year to do something similar. So.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
To see that.
And your role with music and the amazing capacity of music to help people in, in a more of a clinical sort of sense. Can you tell us about, I know that you've got a role that,
I've actually just recently qualified as a holistic counsellor and creative arts therapist practitioner. So, to be able to use music and art and creativity and all sorts of things in, to be able to help people overcome issues and anxieties and, teach them about emotions and things is amazing. It's such a really powerful tool.
And it's demonstrated the, incredible impact it can have.
Absolutely. You only need to type in, music and memory and things on YouTube, and you see these unbelievable stories of, dancers that couldn't move and they hear music and they're dancing again, and it's just...
Well, there's a lovely one of a lady with Alzheimer's.
In the wheelchair?
And
she
was a
was
ballerina.
prima ballerina. That is just
Beautiful.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it was because of that she sort of, I've really need to do this.
Wow.
And having seen that video, I was very much inspired to be able to do that, work with people like that.
And your daughters are both very
creative.
they're all over it, aren't they? The music and the dance. And
They are.
Yeah.
They both dancers. Yeah. My eldest is one of the top ballroom dancers in the state.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And my other one, and she runs her own business. She's only 16, but she teaches ballroom dancing and does people's wedding choreography dances and things for them. She's amazing. And my youngest does jazz, acro, hip hop, all the contemporary. She's captain of the acrobatic competition team, and
Brilliant.
so a lot of time spent running around doing dancing. But it's
Because you
so
have so
important.
much time to spare. To
Yes,
run around.
absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, what's in the future for the choir? Continue on doing amazing things.
Absolutely, continuing on and constantly looking out for different opportunities for them, and just getting them out there, getting them performing, giving them their chance to shine in the spotlight is what is what it's all about.
It is, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I love it, Dani. Just perfect. Thank you so very much for talking to us today. Now, here at the Wisdom of Women, we love a good quote, and I know you've got one that you very much use in life.
You are braver than you believe, you are stronger than you seem, and you're smarter than you think.
Oh, Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's
It's a goodie,
great.
isn't it?
That's an inspirational one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for the
It's
kids.
Winnie the
Very
Pooh.
true.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
I love Winnie the Pooh.
Me
so he's
too.
one
We all
of
do.
his famous quotes.
all
So,
do.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I truly believe that. I believe exactly those words.
Winnie the
so.
Pooh is a wise.
Yeah.
It's
Winnie the Pooh is not female, but that's okay.
That's
We're going to
okay.
take that one. I love it.
Yeah.
And clearly that's something, one of the benefits of women supporting women in that sense is helping them and all of us to realise that we are so much more than our doubts.
Absolutely, you definitely got to keep persevering and achieving, and you can always reach your dream when you just keep going, and you've got the support of people around you.
Yeah.
You need your hype girls.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we do. The backup girls, we've always got those.
Yeah. Now, if you have been affected by any of the topics discussed today, we will have links below, as well as links for more show information or to subscribe.
So thanks, Dani, for coming on.
No worries.
And always remember,
Every day.
You are remarkable.